concept is frequency distribution. Now, this is not a new word for all of you, isn't it? In high school, you have done this one. So, more or less, it is going to be a repetition. So, frequency distributions. Okay. Now, before we start with the frequency distribution, now there are a few again definitions. So, I shall define one by one. So, first one. Now, obviously, you have what is the variable. Okay. Now, I myself had taught you variable refers to a quantitative characteristic which varies from one unit to the other. Okay. Now, I can write it down. Variable is nothing but a quantitative characteristic which varies from one unit to the other. Okay. Now I had given you a list of examples. So marks scored by students. Now you can have height of persons. You can have weight of persons. You can have price of commodities. Okay. Now marks takes now certain numbers. Marks is numerically expressed, so it is a variable. Now height also takes certain numbers. Height is numerically expressed, so this is also variable. Okay. Now the second one you have now what is called as variate. Okay. Now variate refers to a value taken by the variable. What is it? A value taken by the variable. Now let us assume that marks of say 10 students in a test are as follows. Now just for the purpose of giving example, I am taking a very small number. Now let us take the marks of 10 students. Now out of say 25 marks. So you can have 10, you can have 12, you can have 15, you can have 20. Now let us assume you can have 25 also. Now next, you can repeat the numbers also, no problem. So you can have 12, 18, now say 20, 25. So let's take 8. Okay, now what are these? So these are marks of how many students? 10 students in a test. Now what is this 10? 10 is the marks of the first student. 12 is the marks of the second student. Now 15 is the marks of the third student, and similarly 8 is the marks of the last student. Now here, what is this marks? Marks is the variable. Okay. Now this is a variable. This takes 10 different numbers. Of course, 20 is repeated, 25 is repeated, but otherwise also 10 students are there. So each one has got one mark. So therefore, this variable takes 1 marks at a time. So marks takes 10. So it is the marks of the first student. So 10 is a variate. What is 12? 12 is a value taken by the variable. 12 is a value taken by the marks. So 12 is another variate. Now similarly up to 8. So therefore you say marks is the variable. Okay. Now always you will have one variable only in this univariate case. But this marks or variable can have any number of variates. You can have finite number of variates. So for you in the syllabus maybe 20 variates, or maximum you may have 60 to 50 variates. Okay. Now therefore, now you see, now what have I written? Variate is nothing but a value taken by the variable. So 10 is a value taken by marks. So therefore 10 is a variate. 12 is a value taken by the variate. Therefore 12 is the marks. So in general, if at all you have to denote this, now you will be denoting like this: x is equal to x1, x2, etc. If because there are 10 students, now I can write it as x equal to x1, x2, etc. x10. Now this later on in your measures of central tendency, now you may have to make use of that. So is that clear? So we have got now what is variable. Now we know what is variate. Okay. Now the third one is called raw data. So what is it? Raw data. Now, raw data is a data which gives information, okay, about the variable along with its variates. Okay, fine. Now see, raw data is a data which gives information about a variable along with its variates. So therefore, now if you take this, marks is there. Now along with the 10 different variates. So therefore, now this itself can be taken as a raw data. Now you see, marks is there. This is the variable. So you have variable. Now 10 different variates are there. So therefore, now this are the 10 different marks. So therefore, now this itself can be taken as a raw data. So in general, that's what I had written. Now raw data can always be denoted as x equal to x1, x2, etc. up to xn. Now sometimes you do call this as ungrouped data. I hope you have understood now. So variable, next you had variate, now next you have raw data. The next one you have array. Now whenever you arrange a raw data, either in an ascending order or a descending order. So what is it? When you arrange an array, sorry, raw data in an ascending order or a descending order, then that order or the data is called array. Now for example, so if I write here, now raw data, now let me take some other number, okay? So price is the variable. Now let us take the price of say 5 commodities. I'll make it as 100, 300. Now this is 250. Now this is 50. Now another one is 400. Now is this raw data? Yes, because price is what? Variable. Now what are these 5 numbers? Varied. So therefore it is a raw data. Now you see this, it is not in any order. Now suppose I make this in the form of a ascending order. Now that array will be, now you have first number 50, now second number is 100, now next one you have 250, next is 300, now next is 400. Therefore this is called an array. Now same way, the reverse order if you write, now you will have, so 400, 300, now 250, 100 and 50. This is also one order. Now for all the frequency distribution, now we will be making use of this array. That means you will be writing the observations in the ascending order. Okay. Now next one you have the frequency. Now in order to define frequency, now we had to go through all these definitions. Okay. Now I shall make small adjustments here only. Now another 5 more if I add. So together you will have now 10 commodities. Now I'll add it here only. So this is 300. So maybe 250. So 550. Now next is 600. Okay, let's make it as 80. Fine. Now what is frequency? The frequency refers to the number of times a particular variate is repeated. So the number of times a variate is repeated. Now where is it repeated? So it is repeated in a raw data. Okay, now you see, so frequency refers to the number of times a variate is repeated in a raw data. Now all of you agree? Now this is raw data. Okay, now you take the first variate. What is this? 100. How many times it is repeated? Only once. So you say frequency of 100 is 1. Now take the next one, 300. How many times it is repeated? So 2 times. So frequency of 300 is 2. Now take the next one. So 250. How many times it is repeated? Again 2 times. So therefore frequency of 250 is 2. Now take the 50. How many times it is repeated? Once. Okay. Next 400. So it is repeated once. Now 300 over. This is 550. Now this is also once. So next you have 600 is 1. Now 80 is 1. Okay. Now if you, these are the frequencies. Suppose you add these frequencies, you should get back the total number of observation here. Now you see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means you have 10 commodities. So is it clear? Now is this clear now? See, frequency refers to the number of times a variate is repeated in a raw data. Okay. Now suppose because it is only 10 observation, I am able to do it like this. Now in case you have about 50 observation. So sometimes you get problems wherein you have about minimum at least 25 observation. So marks of students in a class are as follows. So 50 observation will be there. So price of commodities, so there may be 20 observation. Okay. Now height of persons, weight of persons. So about 20, 30 are there. Now you may find it difficult to pick each one of them. In that case, what we do is we make use of the frequency distribution. Okay. Now next we have to define what is meant by frequency distribution. Now as all of you know, you have learnt in the school, it is nothing but a table. So isn't it? So therefore you say frequency distribution is a tabular. You can use two words, presentation or representation. So a tabular presentation of the variates along with their respective frequencies. Okay. See, I shall read it out. So, frequency distribution refers to a tabular presentation, or you can say representation of the variates along with their respective frequencies. Now, here I have the previous example. Now, instead of writing this like this, I can put it in the form of a table. Now, that is what it says, table. So, you will have first column, second column, here third column, right? Now, in the first column, you will write the variable. Okay. Now, what is a variable here? So, this was your price. Now, here you have what is called as tally marks. Okay. Now, next column you have what is called as the frequency. Understood? Okay. Now, price, what were the numbers you had? So, you have 100, 300. Now, you can write in the form of an array. I told you it should be written in the ascending order. So, first number you have 80. Now, next number is, 50 is there. Next number is 80. Okay. This is, now next you have 100. So, next you have 250. Now, next you have 300. So, after that you have 400. Now, next one 550. So, last one is 600. Now, 50. Now, I'll tell you about this tally marks. Now, first number is what? 50. Now, how many times it has appeared once? So, you will put one vertical line. You will draw a vertical line. So, that means this is a tally mark. So, tally mark is nothing but the vertical line which represents the number of times this variate 50 has appeared. Now, go to the next one. Okay. Now, this is over. Now, next you have, what is the next number? You have 80. How many times it appeared? Once. So, you will write one tally mark. Now, next number, this is 100. So, how many times? Once. Now, 250 appears 2 times. So, you will be drawing 2 vertical line. Now, next you have 300. How many times? 2 times. Now, what is the next one? 400 once. What is 550? Once. How many times 600? It is 1. Okay. Now, next you will be writing the frequency. Now, what is frequency? It is a numerical value that is given to the total number of tally marks. How many it is? Frequency, it is 1. So, you will write number 1. This is 1, this is 1. Now, this is 2, this is 2, 1, 1 and 1. Okay. Now, this is what the definition says. It is in the form of a table. Presentation of variates. These are all variates along with their respective frequencies. That means frequency of 50 is 1. Frequency of 80 is 1. Frequency of 100 is 1. They are together. You will have to coordinate, or you say you try to correlate. I hope you don't have any doubts now. Okay. Now, see, now what we have done here, now this is also sometimes called group frequency distribution, or you have a name, discrete frequency distribution. Okay. Now, we shall learn now the different types of frequency distribution. So a frequency distribution is further classified into two types. So first one, discrete frequency distribution. Okay. Now second one, continuous frequency distribution. Now in continuous, again you have two types. One is inclusive frequency distribution. Another one is exclusive frequency distribution. Okay. So broadly, a frequency distribution is classified into two types. Discrete frequency distribution. Next is continuous frequency distribution. Okay. Now the previous one, whatever we learned, that was nothing but discrete frequency distribution. I just want to give you one problem. We shall work it out. Okay. Now the question says, represent. Now this is one of the question paper problems I have taken it. It is going to be for 5 marks. Represent the following data in the form of a discrete frequency distribution. Now price of commodities only is given. So 15, you have 25, next you have 20, 10, 15, 25, 10, 15, 20, 10. Next 20, 20, 10, 15, 15, 10, 15, 20, 10, 15, 25, 20. Again you have 20, 10, now 25 and 15. Okay. Now normally it will be given like this. Okay. Now you have the price of so many commodities. Now how many commodities you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I think another 4 more, we can make it 30. So you can have some numbers. So this is 20, this is 15, this is 10. Okay. We'll see. Now this has to be put in the form of a discrete frequency distribution. Now, whenever you are given like this, a table, now what you have to do is first find out what is a variable. So, this is a variable, that is price. Now, after that, go through the entire data. So, find out which is the least value, find out which is the highest value. Now, here, least value is how much? It is 10. Now, what is the highest value? So, this is 25. You may have all the 3 cases here. Okay. So, what you will do? Now, this will be the title of the table. Okay. Now discrete frequency distribution. Okay, fine. Now you will make 3 different columns. Now you see. So first one is the variable you will write. Now since you know the price, you can simply write it as price. If you do not have the variable like this weight or anything like that, you can simply write it as variable. Now next one you have the tally marks. Now next you have the frequency. Okay. Now it is again a table. Now what you do, start with the first value. Now this is 10. You will write it as 10. Now go through the other one. So any other number is there after 10. You have to see only the data here. After 10, what is the next value? So you have 15. Okay. Now next value you see, you have 20. Now next value you have 25. Okay. Now, then like how I taught you, now you start with, now don't add and then find out, you will make a mistake. Now start with the 15. So 15, what is the number now? So this is 1. Now next one is 20. This is 20. Now next you have 15. Next 10. Then you have 20. Again you have 20. Now next you have 10, 15, 25. Okay. Now 10. This is 25. Now 15. Next is 10, 20. Now 15. So after 4 are over, the fifth one you will have to show it like this, diagonal line. So is that this way, or you can write it this way also, no harm. So next you have 10. Okay. Now next you have 15. You put one comma, next one. Then you have 20, put one comma, 10, now 15, 25, 20, again 20, 10, 25, 15, 20, 15, 10. Okay. Now you add the frequencies. So 5 plus 3, 8. Now 5 plus 4, 9. 5 plus 3, 8. So next is 4. Now this will be the total value. How much you get? 8 plus 8, 16. 20, 29. Now you see here. Now definitely you will be having 29 observation. Okay. I hope all of you have understood. Now the next one, you have what is called as continuous frequency distribution. Okay. Now in this case what happens is, so we have taken the variate as such and we have written that. We have not done any groups. So in case of continuous distribution, this value, whatever the variates are there, now you will be putting that in the form of a range, or you say a group. Therefore, that becomes now group frequency distribution, or you call it as continuous frequency distribution. Okay.